EA Sports, within the game. That wasn't a lucky play. That was just good football.
It's week 8 of the 2023 season, and the spotlight is on these Chiefs, reigning league MVP. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Chiefs and the Vikings, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Chiefs in this matchup, they're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The Chiefs offense ready to get going here, 7-0 on the year. And the one we're going to be watching is this man, their veteran running back. As he continues to pile on the yards, what a season he's had so far.
Yeah, he's up over 1,200 yards now, so the arrow is definitely pointing up for him. That means also that his offensive line, receivers, everyone is doing a great job up front blocking for him.
And on the other side, they're focusing on him as well more.
No doubt about it, but I think he's up for the challenge.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A good run there on first down, and it'll lead them with a 2nd and 2. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Fitzgerald. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Come on.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. With his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as good running gets him to about the 44. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. The right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Let's go now.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long.
On the set.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter.
Here we go.
As they've got it with a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go. Strike.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Fitzgerald. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Let's go. I am the great. You seen it making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen it making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the greatest of all time.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And the spotlight is on these Chiefs' versatile running back. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Chiefs and the Vikings, next on EA Sports.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. Gunn joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Chiefs in this matchup. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run.
The Chiefs offense ready to get going here. 7-0 on the year. And the one we'll be watching is this man at running back. As he continues to pile on the yards, what a season he's had so far.
Yeah, he's up over 1,200 yards now, so the arrow is definitely pointing up for him. That means also that his offensive line, receivers, everyone is doing a great job up front blocking for him.
And on the other side, they're focusing on him as well more.
No doubt about it, but I think he's up for the challenge.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Partner, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So if he does what you say he might, maybe he'll get another one.
Hey, I think he's locked in.
Right back to him on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Fitzgerald, and this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Fitzgerald, yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. They're sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sand. Operating from the gun. Fitzgerald completes it to Hardman. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And able to get this to the 31. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Fitzgerald. And Pascal's got it. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Fitzgerald is going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Fitzgerald. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. his 19th touchdown now on the season as they have taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Looking to throw. Fitzgerald. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. It's complete to Jones. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Touchdown! Travis Kelce, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the 49ers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Deebo Samuel, a touchdown reception. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Braxton Berrios, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And at the half, they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Tom Brady, sharp as ever. He's got 2 touchdown passes. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
So here are the Chiefs to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
No! Alert! Alert!
On first down. Fitzgerald throws this one right side to Pascal. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Hands it off out of the gun. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Okay, ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Fitzgerald. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Michael Walker there to bring him down. From just shy of midfield, Fitzgerald, quick slant, caught by Moore. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing on first down, Fitzgerald. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40. And now here comes Kansas City.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly.
Here we go, strike.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fitzgerald. Taken in by Pascal out left. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Fitzgerald. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Running game back to the ground. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker. And now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Fitzgerald got his man complete. Moore. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, It's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Over the middle and complete to Moore. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand-new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter, getting down to the good stuff. The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. So after the run for a yard, here comes 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Fitzgerald. That's into the hands of Pascal. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Fitzgerald. And he rifles one incomplete.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1s here when he gets to the sideline. Already throwing an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 68 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now a handoff running through the middle. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's a give up the middle. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Chiefs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
KC's offense ready to take over.
Come on.
Throwing to start the drive. Fitzgerald finding Hardman. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
On 1st and 10, Fitzgerald. And he whips that one incomplete there. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Fitzgerald targeting more, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
18 Cardinal.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Fitzgerald finding Kelsey. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that? And out come the Chiefs now.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first.
Ready?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a first throw here in overtime. A good throw here finding Pascal. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Off play action. Fitzgerald. Catch is made by Hardman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. Locates Hardman for another catch. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And it'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard brought down. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. On first down, Fitzgerald finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Operating from the gun, Fitzgerald. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nailed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
To the right side, it's Kelsey. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Third and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Throwing on first down. Fitzgerald. And Jones has it over the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Powering forward. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now a timeout called for by the defense. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And room there to work it inside the 25. 130 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guy.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? that these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.
I think you start really young now. These quarterback coaches, they play against a better competition. They go to camps across the country. Then they play big-time games in college. So when they get to the NFL, it's not quite the same, how would you say it, pressure that they felt in years past. And these kids just go out and perform.
And keep in mind, he led them to a road victory here, even more impressive. So for Kansas City,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the richest, heart in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were not a ride nobody wave, we're the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
trust, we ain't taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog, but she leash. Where's the love in the streets? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood.